If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. Path operations in Photoshop let you determine how multiple path components from path components and shapes you draw in a single path or layer in Photoshop interact with one another. The available path operations change depending on the tool selected in Photoshop. For example, there is no new layer path operation option when the pen tool is selected. However, it is an available option if you select one of the shape tools in Photoshop. You can set a path operation before drawing a path component or shape in Photoshop within a selected shape layer in the Layers panel or selected path in the Paths panel. Alternatively, you can use the Path Selection tool to select path components within a path or shape path, and then select a path operation for those components. Let's examine the different types of path operations you can apply in Photoshop. To create a vector-based shape within a new layer, which is the default behavior for vector-based shapes in Photoshop, select the New Layer Path operation from the Path Operations dropdown in the Options bar control panel for your selected shape tool. Note that this is not an option when creating paths using the pen tools or when creating paths using the shape tools. When creating paths, the path component is added to the selected path in the Paths panel using one of the other path operations. To combine selected path components or shapes within a selected path in the Paths panel, or a selected shape layer in the Layers panel, select the Combine Shapes path operation from the Path Operations dropdown in the Options bar control panel. This is the default behavior when creating path components using the pen tools within a selected path. To subtract the front shape from selected path components or shapes within a selected path in the Paths panel, or a selected shape layer in the Layers panel, select the Subtract Front Shape path operation from the Path Operations dropdown in the Options bar control panel. Note that if there is no shape behind the selected shape or path, the fill area is subtracted from a fill that is then applied to the selected layer. This option is also often used with the Path Arrangement button in the Options bar control panel to set which shape or path in a layer is considered in front of or behind other shapes or paths in the layer. To intersect selected path components or shapes within a selected path in the Paths panel or a selected shape layer in the Layers panel, select the Intersect Shape Areas path operation from the Path Operations dropdown in the Options bar control panel. Finally, to exclude overlapping selected path components or shapes within a selected path in the Paths panel or a selected shape layer in the Layers panel, select the Exclude Overlapping Shapes path operation from the Path Operations dropdown in the Options bar control panel. When drawing shapes or path components within a selected shape layer in the Layers panel, or path within the Paths panel in Photoshop, each unique closed path component is independent of the other path components in the selected shape layer or path. If you click a path to select it using the Path Selection tool, the entire path component and its anchor points appear selected. Sometimes, however, you may want to merge separate path components within a single path to create one path component. For example, you may want to do this if creating a larger path component you intend to save as a custom shape in Photoshop. To merge path components together in Photoshop, position the two path components together in the way you want them to appear as a single unit. Then choose the Path Selection tool from the Tools panel. Then click to select one of the path components to merge within a shape layer in the Layers panel or a path selected in the Paths panel. Then hold down the Shift key on your keyboard. Then click the other path components to select for the merge. To choose how these selected path components interact with one another after merging them, especially if they overlap, select the desired path component interaction choice from the Path Operations dropdown. Then click the Path Operations dropdown and select the Merge Shape Components command from its dropdown menu. If merging live shapes together, Photoshop asks in a prompt if you want to continue and merge the live shapes into a regular path. To continue, click Yes. Otherwise, click No to cancel the shape merge. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.